got to get hearts and comments. Hearts and comments. Let's go. Hearts and comments. Let's go. Hearts and comments. Let's go. All right. So tap the screen. If you don't know what that means, when you tap the screen, these hearts come up, and I have to have all of these hearts so that I can have education go viral. It is a thing. Education can go viral. I know on TikTok favors drama. TikTok favors these stories. TikTok really favors things that are not educational. And so we want education to go viral. So the only way that can happen, you have to tap the screen. You will have to tap to give the hearts so it goes on the For You page. Thank you so much for the hearts. So yes, I just believe that, it's great that we have this tool that entertains us and it allows us to waste time, because that's what you're doing. You're falling in the infinite scroll hole. Thank you so much for the hearts. Nikisha in the building. Nikisha, give me the hearts. You understand the hearts are important. So yes, it gives you an opportunity to reach more people. So I'm definitely into teaching and coaching and training and inspiring and motivating people to do better if they can. And so every time you see me, I'm motivating, inspiration, business tips. I'm like all over. It's something I enjoy. I love to do. And I left my corporate job to do it. And so I'm just like a lot of you. I worked in corporate America. I earned, all my degrees. I did all the things. I enjoyed what I did. Most people don't love their corporate jobs. I enjoyed it. I wanted to work in radio and television. So I was exactly where I wanted to be. And my degrees are in communications and public relations. So there was, I was following my path. Then I met this lady who told me, you can work for yourself. You could build a home-based business, have a different lifestyle, and you could earn a six-figure income, and you don't have to go to a corporate job. And I was thinking, what? Yes. She was younger than me. And she said, yeah, you could work from home and never have to work a corporate job, and you can earn a six-figure income. And I'm thinking, doing what? Right? And being that she didn't have a higher degree, and she was like, yeah. And so she introduced me to some multimillionaires, and it was true. And I was blown away. I'm the person, I was in shock. I was like, I don't even know how this is possible. No one has told me this path is available. And this was years ago. My son was a toddler. Obviously, he's not now, right? And so this was years ago. And then I realized I need a better lifestyle. I need to be surrounded by people who do things differently than myself. I thought I was living an okay lifestyle until I met my mentor, my business coach, and the person that inspired me to do more. And so when I tell you, lifestyle matters. And so I'm going to give you some examples of things that you can do right now. If you are not living the life that you always dreamed of, put in the chat. Let me know, say, if you are, great. Congratulations. Congratulations if that's you. Most people are not. Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 ways you transform your lifestyle when you work for yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting anybody quit their job. You know your circumstances. But I am suggesting you start something on the side. I am suggesting that you build that extra money on the side. I am suggesting you be in control of your monies, honey. I am suggesting that. So the number one thing that I learned really early on, okay, young, coming straight out of, college, working in corporate America, was in radio first, then television, then went to a home-based business. And I was doing both, full-time job, home-based business, full-time job, home-based business. The one thing I wanted, the number one reason I even left corporate America, I wanted time freedom. That was the number one reason at that time. Thank you so much. Please give me some comments in the chat. Let me know, are you living the life that you want right now? Yes or no? So the number one reason, thank you so much for the hearts. Heart me up, tap, tap. Hey, Sanita, tap the screen for me, Jack. Tap the screen for me. No, I'm not. Okay, good. She says, no, she's not living the life that she wants. Put in the chat, are you living the life that you want? Yes or no? Okay. And so if you're not, the good news is you have a pulse, you have a purpose, you have a chance. Okay. So it's not over yet. The fat lady is not singing yet. Okay. So you still are here. You got a chance. So a couple of things I want to share with you about lifestyle, what gets me inspired to continue to do this. And I share these free business tips and strategies and hacks for free. One, to help other people get to where they need to be. Okay. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. And 2, also for myself. Right. So every single time I'm getting all of these people that are attracted to growing. That's what I want. I want a community of people who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to make a change, who want to invest in themselves, invest in their community, invest in their church. Those are the types of people that I want to be around. So I left my corporate job for time freedom. Obviously, over the years, it has changed, right? So number one, you can write this down: freedom to design your days. There's nothing like the freedom to design your day. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know people wake up when they without an alarm. There are people who just wake up when it's time to wake up. I wake up to an alarm. I have, a child. I wake up to an alarm. I wake up with assignments on the brain. I don't just wake up when I choose. My time, okay, is still scheduled to do something. But there are people who wake up when they wake up. So freedom to design your days. When you control your time, you control your life. And so when I left corporate America, I wanted time freedom with my son. I wanted to go to all the doctor's appointments, all the physical therapy appointments, all the speech therapy appointments. At that time, I was like, I need to be present at all times. And so I was that cuckoo mom with the first baby who had these difficulties. And I was like, he cannot get out of my sight. It's this precious angel that God has given me. I got to take care of it. So I wanted to be at everything. Working for yourself means no more, punching somebody else's clock. Working for yourself is really, to me, the people that can work for themselves, they are very disciplined. The people that can build successful businesses working for themselves, they have a great work ethic. They have an unbelievable desire to win. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. That's why I never tell people to quit their jobs. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. If you cannot build your side hustle with your full-time job, Houston, we have a problem. I built my side hustle with my full-time job, with my son being a toddler, with being pregnant, with nursing. So if I can do that, okay, you certainly can do it too. So you get to decide how your day unfolds, whether that's working in the morning, taking an afternoon walk, or spending time with your family. It's the ultimate freedom, the freedom. And so those that know me, I'm a daddy's girl. I had the freedom to travel to see my dad whenever I wanted to. I could get in the car and go see him, had the money and the time because I chose to. That's freedom. Now, for me, that's a big deal. Now, for other people, I don't know how close you are, but I don't regret anything because I spent the time that I wanted to spend. And the only way that I was able to do that, because I had a home-based business. The only way that I was able to do that, because I had time freedom. And I want more people to see it's really not just about the money. It's really about the quality of life. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? True. It's really about, like, I was able to relax. I wasn't pressured to get back to somebody's job. I wasn't pressured to be someplace. I didn't feel that pressure. And obviously, I would want him to still be here. But I can truly say I could talk to him whenever I wanted to in the middle of the day. Like, I didn't have any of those restrictions. If he called, I could answer. And I just want other people to know lifestyle matters. It does matter. Number two, what I can tell you why I left corporate America, why lifestyle matters, is building generational wealth. If you've ever heard me speak, I always talk about, I want to leave my boys an unbelievable legacy. I want to leave my boys, like, not just their children, but their children and their children and so forth and so on. And so it only takes one person to start that ripple effect of wealth. It only takes one. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're the one. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're the one. I know I'm the one that can change it all. You're the one. You have the desire. You have the tools. You're the one that could change your entire life. And your life changes. It changes your children's and their children and their children. You're the one. So building generational wealth is not about what you do for a living. It's about what legacy you leave behind. Can you imagine the only reason why, like the Hiltons, they know their great-great-great-grandparents' name? You know why? Because they left them something. Now, I'm going to ask you and be honest in the chat. Do you know your great-great-great-parents' names? You don't know their names. Why? They didn't leave you anything. You don't know what they did. You don't know them, right? You don't know them. There are other families, they know their great-great-grandparents' names, right? This is a part of their, you should know, yes. It's a part of their history. It's a part of, their family culture. So they know everybody and how they contributed to their lives. And so, of course, when you have even, the prince and the princess, they know generations of their family names. Why is it that most people don't even know their great-great-grandmother. They know the great, but they don't know the great-great. And so we've got to change that. And so I know it starts with you. It starts with you. It's not anybody else. So stop looking around. You've been assigned this mountain so others can see that you can climb it. You've been assigned the mountain. Your sister was not assigned the mountain. Your cousin was not assigned you were assigned this mountain so other people can see that it can be done. Thank you so much for the heart share. Yes, leave in the comments. So are you living the life that you want? Put in the chat. Let me know. Are you truly there? Are you there yet? If you're not there yet, it's work to be done. Being your own boss means you're not just working to survive. You're working to build something lasting, okay? Your efforts today can pave the way for financial security, in my opinion, for generations to come. And so I want to pave the way for financial security for my children. I want to pave the way. What is it that I need to be doing? I want to do it. And if that's you, you're like, I'm hungry, Jerusha. I want to do it too. You got to start. You can't wait to 2025 to start. The third thing that I've learned about lifestyle matters and why I left my corporate job, living in alignment with your purpose. How many of you are living in alignment with your purpose? Are you just doing a job for a paycheck, or is it your purpose? If you are a teacher and it's your purpose, girl, I need you to teach. We need good teachers. We need good administrators. We need good nurses. We need all of those people living in alignment with your purpose. What are you here for? And are you doing that thing? My voice, I know for sure, is my purpose. I know that for sure. Okay? Your gifts are not just about you. They're about the lives you were meant to impact. Who are you meant to impact? I know my voice impacts people. I know my voice changes people's perspective. I know my voice is heard all over the world from this smartphone, right? Anytime I turn on, the smartphone and I go live, there are people all over the world that hears my voice, right? And I get them excited. I get them motivated. I get them to move. So when you control your finances, you can pursue, the work that aligns with your passion and your values, and you love doing it. How many of you love doing what you're doing right now? You just love it. Girl, talk to me. You just love it. You love it. Tell me that you love it. Or is it just a paycheck? It's just a means to an end. It's like one day, this is not going to be me. One day I'm going to be in real estate. I'm going to be a real estate, guru. Like, tell me what it is that you really want to do. Now, don't tell me what you do right now. Tell me what you really want to do. What's your real purpose? What is it that you've always like, oh man, if I could just sing, I would be singing. If I could cook for people, I would have a restaurant. Like, tell me right now. Tell me what it is. Put it in the chat. What is it that you just, as a little girl or a teenager, or when you got in your 20s, because a lot of times I don't think, this is interesting, and this is going to be an interesting perspective from me, if you know me. I don't think you know what you want to do at 18. I think you have an idea unless you're truly talented in that thing. I think most people grow into who they are and what they want to do. I think if you're athletic, like let's use my son. I think it's great that he could play basketball, football. He could do those things, but I don't know if he was dreaming about that at 5 years old. He just has a talent for that thing. And so we're going to pursue that. Same thing with a lot of people. Are you in a position where you just like to do it? You're good at it, so you get paid for it? Or have you always dreamed about this thing? I always dreamed about talking. I was talking when I was, and this is a true story, ask my mom. When I used to answer the phone, okay, we had a real phone. We didn't have cell phones. We had an actual phone that you like pick up with a handle. Okay, we had that kind of phone. I know all the youngsters don't even know what that looks like, but we had a real phone, not a cellular device. And I would say, hello, Evans Residence, how can I help you? I was practicing this voice since I was 6, 7 years old. And when people started saying something about it, I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. So I already knew, this is something I like to do. Oh man, I could be an actress. Oh yeah, I like to change my voice. I like to sound a different kind of way. I like for people not to know who's on the other end. And so every time people would call my home, I would say, little Jerusha or big Jerusha, tell me who you'd like to speak to. I was doing this way before Chick-fil-A, baby. When I worked at Hardee's, I was on the drive-thru. They purposely hired me so I could be on the drive-thru. When they heard I could do this voice, and I was on the drive-thru. Now, my aunt did own the Hardee's. She had a franchise. And so I worked at the Hardee's, and I got on the voice thing at the Hardee's, the drive-thru. And I'd be like, welcome to Hardee's. How can I help you? It's my pleasure. I did this before Chick-fil-A. Yes. And I just would continue to play on that microphone. And I was just like, one day I'm going to be on the radio. And I was like, one day I'm just going to. So I know that's a gift, right? So, and I know I'm going to do more with this gift. I'm just getting started and I have had success, right? I've seen it. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. I have been blessed and I just know what it can do. It can do more. And so I challenge you, whatever that is, whatever that gift is, I challenge you to do more with it. And so that's what this is about. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for the heart. Tap the screen if this is making sense to you. If you're on the book face and you're like, yes, Jerusha. So I just think that if you're not truly living in your passion, we got to change it. We cannot wait another minute, another day, another hour, another year. We have to change it. Okay. You get to create a business that reflects who you are and how you want to serve the world. How do I want to serve the world? I want to change the world by inspiring them, by speaking and teaching how it's possible for anybody can do all of these things. I'm not the chosen one. It's not for the ones that, just a few people. It's for the people who choose to change. You better write that down. The fourth thing that I've learned about, having that different lifestyle and also leaving corporate America is flexibility. Flexibility to prioritize what matters most. What mattered most to me is my parents, my mom and my dad. It mattered to me that I didn't miss any doctor's appointments that I wanted to be to. I can go at any time. Okay. I'm coming. I'm on the way. That was important to me. Flexibility. So success is being able to do what you love for the people you love. You still love yourself at the end of the day, right? So you do it for yourself. And when you do it for you, then guess what happens? Your success is tied to somebody else's belief system. People start believing they can do it too. Look at that. Look at God. People start believing, wait a minute, energy is transferable and energy is contagious. And so what happens is when you are around people and they see you have this type of energy, it's like magnetic. It's going to get on them. Success is going to get on them. The desire to do more is going to get on them. It's going to jump on them too. I don't hang around people that don't put me on my tippy toes. We have short conversations. If you don't make me cringe like I need to do better, we have short conversations. We have meaningless conversations. The people that I value are people that I can learn from. The people that I value, I'm like, oh man, one day. That's what I'm excited about. Like, man, if this person can do it, I can do it. Tap the screen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So you no longer have to sacrifice time with loved ones or self-care for someone else's schedule. You don't have to do it. You can be present for the moments that truly matter. You can, but we got to start. We got to change, not just our mindset, but our actions. It's so many people that are reading great books and so many people listen to speakers like myself and influencers like myself. And you do get inspired, but you don't take the action. You get motivated, but you don't take the action. Action precedes motivation. You just see other people doing it and say, oh, I wish I could do that. When you going to do it though? I'm going to need you to step into it. I'm going to need you to put your money where your mouth is. I'm going to need you to do it. Invest in yourself. The other reason I left corporate America and wanted a better lifestyle or a lifestyle that matters is unlimited potential growth. Like in corporate America, in my opinion, they don't want you to learn everybody else's job. They want you to learn your job. Okay. You can't go learn the CEO job. I can't. Like, I want to be able to learn as much as I can about the people that I am around. There are people that I connect to that are way smarter than me. I want everybody around me smarter than me. I need a tech guru. I need, I need the people, a writer, an author. I need all the peoples that are good at what they're good at. Those are the types of people that I want around me. So you have an unlimited potential for growth. So don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up. You make them happen. You do it. What if I would have waited on a girlfriend to get started in my first home-based business? What if I would have waited for her to say she's going to do it too? What if I would have waited for approval from somebody else before I got started? I didn't wait for anybody. As soon as they told me about that home-based business, I said, I'm doing it. I didn't ask anybody. I already knew I was doing it. I was. Because I saw a different lifestyle for myself and my children. I saw it. So when you work for yourself, the ceiling disappears. Your potential is unlimited. You decide how high you're climbing and what dreams you're going to chase. You decide. You decide. Nobody else decides that for me. But if you work for somebody else, it is limited. Absolutely, it's limited. And I just believe you have so much inside of you. I just believe there's so much that the world has not even seen. I just believe we're just waiting to see that side of you. So controlling your time and finances is about more than just money. It's about reclaiming your power and creating the life you deserve. I had to make my own living and my own opportunities. You can do the same. Let's talk about how to make it happen, how to make your dreams a reality, how to have the lifestyle you deserve, how to do it. How do we do it? You got to connect with people that's already doing it. And so I make sure my business coaches, they're all super successful in the areas that I'm interested in. Yes, talk. They're all super successful. And so I'm going to tell you, sure do, what I'm going to tell you, if you don't see it, it's hard to aspire to that thing. And I'm not talking about television. Oh, you see fancy cars. You see, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you see it like it's right in front of you. You could taste it. Like you are in company with this person. You are on the phone with this person. Like you can just like, ooh, I can see this happening for myself. Not just a video on television or a fancy, awards programming, nothing like that. It's totally different when you're in the room. It's totally different when you're at the table. It's totally different when you're in conversation. It's different. The vision is so much better when you're right in front of somebody who's saying, yes, we'll take everything on the menu. And you're sitting there like, we're going to take everything on the menu? Like, I went to dinner. I'm telling you, changed my perspective on everything. I went to dinner with my mentor and we were looking at the appetizers, right? And I am going to tell you that it's a celebrity restaurant, right? That's what I'm going to tell you. And it is in LA. And you had to have reservations. And the paparazzi was outside. Okay, so I gave you that picture, right? So I was invited because I was a top producer and to have dinner with her. And so I was looking at the appetizers and she was like, well, what do you think you want? And I was like, I don't know. When it's your first time, you're just kind of like, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know, Jesus. And so she said, well, we could just order all of them. And the waiter came and she said, we'll just have all of the appetizers so we can taste them. And I was thinking to myself, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Lord, I'm living too small. What is happening, Jesus? Lord, I'm thinking too small. I have, a scarcity mentality. I need to change my mentality. I got to change my thought process because this lady just said, let's just order all of them. And I was thinking, oh, is that what we do? Oh, okay. We don't share. We just order anything we want to order. That's what I'm talking about. That's the life I deserve. Wow, that's a party, right? Yes, that is how you show somebody the life that they could have. She was really showing me what's possible. It wasn't a type of moment where she was bragging about money. It wasn't being braggadocious. It wasn't this, I'm rich, you're not. It wasn't anything like that. That's how she lives. It was basically, why are we choosing which appetizer when we want to try several? Let's just have them all. That sounded like a good idea to me. I was like, okay, let's do it. But what it taught me to this day is that's how people live. That wasn't a one-time, one-off. That is how people live. That's what I want. That's what I want for my boys. That's what I want. So from that, it was many experiences that I have, right? But that was one that really stuck out to me. And another one was she had like a $70,000 handbag. And the handbag is $70,000 because I Googled it and looked it up and everything. And I was just like, she put her $70,000 handbag like on the seat next to me in our black Uber, and the same black Uber came back to get us. And I was thinking, now I know this bag say what it says. I was like, it wasn't even the thing. I don't want people to think it's about the thing. It was about the options. You see what I'm saying? I probably would have chose differently. It wasn't even about the price. It's about the options. It's really about I can. It's really about the choices. And I know people are going to say that's crazy. I know people are going to say, oh, that's crazy to spend $70,000 on shoes. That's crazy to spend $70,000 on a handbag. That's crazy to spend, $100,000 on a watch. It's crazy to you. But those are people choices that, like, it's not a lot of money because that's where they are. It's a lot of money to people who don't have it. Right. That's a small what? Mobile home for $70,000 when you don't have it. Right. So you're looking from different lenses. At the end of the day, you're looking from different lenses. This person has acquired multiple streams of income, has invested, and is a multimillionaire, right? From working. It was not inherited. It wasn't from somebody's trust. Worked for it and put herself in a situation where she has choices. So to me, that's more impressive. And I'm not hating on anybody that if you get an inheritance, because my boys are going to get inheritance and things like that. I'm not saying that that's not the same. I'm just saying when you work for it, it's a little different. It is a little different. You feel a little different. Do y'all agree with that? Yes or yes? You treat it a little differently. Yes or yes? Okay. So I got a chance to really, continue to be around people that fill my cup. Stuff like that fills my cup. When I'm listening and I'm next to it, it fills my cup because I know it's possible. And so if you are not living the life that you always dreamed of, today is your day to start. You have to take one step today and start. Social media is a part of the start. There's so many people you can reach on social media. True story. I always network. I'm a networking queen. I just believe that you should always be meeting people. Oh, thank you so much. I just truly believe you should always be meeting people. Always. Hey, Jamie. Yes. Oh, Janie. I'm sorry. Hey, Janie. How you doing? Always be meeting people. Always loving on people. I just think that networking is fun for me. It's a game. It's like, I want to meet you. I know that sounds so crazy, right? I'm like, oh yeah, hey, Janie in the building. I actually want to do that. And when I see that you are making contact and connections on my content, I am going to network with you. I'm going to go to your page, try to love on your page. I'm going to try to find out, how can I serve you? Do you need, coaching? Are you trying to start a business? Do you need a product? I am going to network. I'm going to build that relationship. That's what I'm going to do. I am. Because that is how I'm able to connect with some great people. I have met the best people on social media. It is so many good people on here. It's insane to me. Quality professionals. It's really a nice mixture of people on here. And so for me, I like meeting the peoples and talking to the peoples and understanding the peoples. And so if you want to change your lifestyle, you got to network. You got to meet more people. You got to get around people that are doing great things. You have to do it. I saw this TikTok, this girl, she makes, I guess, lunches for the homeless. She was having she did 100 hot dogs and 100 apples and 100 bottles of water and 100 whatever. And she was packing them on TikTok. And she was going out and she put everything in a big Ziploc bag and a chips and something else or whatever, granola bar. And then she had some facial cloth or wipes or whatever so they can wipe their hands, hand sanitizer. She had all of this in a Ziploc bag and she was bagging all of this on TikTok on a video. And then she went out and she was giving it to the homeless. And guess what that did for me? I said, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I'll make my boys do it. Immediately when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm going to make my boys do that. That is something that they can do. we're going to do that. We're going to do that this Christmas before the year is out. That's what we're going to do. So when you are around and you see people doing things and it inspires you, you get to work. You don't just see it and just be like, oh, that was nice. If it touches you, you should do it. And that's how we change. And so when somebody sees you doing it, and then they're like, oh man, I just got inspired to do it too. For mine, there's so many homeless people, you know, in the city that I'm in. Man, I could do something like that. And so I just think it's so many opportunities that we miss. Like, we don't even network to find out how to get the things done. I truly reached out to someone who reached out to me first. Well, they messaged me or they loved on my contact. And like I said, I'm a networking queen. So I went to network with the person to find out, well, what do you do? Seem like we have similar interests. They're a business coach. I'm a business coach. You know, it looks like they're a speaker. I'm a speaker. So I'm assuming, you know, Facebook connected us because it says suggested people. And of course, I left her a message to find out in detail, what is it that you do? I am going to ask. Okay, I'm going to ask you. And she replied, hey, I don't know you. It doesn't look like you follow me. It doesn't look like you love on my content. And I don't really talk on Messenger. And I was thinking, that's a different response. And I was thinking that because I was like, do you know how more powerful we could be together if we actually collaborated and found out what each other did, each one of us, how we do what we do and how we can collaborate with each other. I was just thinking, what? Isn't that what social media is about? Networking. Social media. It's about being social. Bola in the building. Hey, Bola. We are at 1,000 hearts. Thank you so much, Bola. Bola in the building. I was just thinking, so yes, you're on social media to be social. I don't know what is the purpose if you're not meeting people, if you're not networking, if you're not collaborating, if you're not connecting, if you're not, what is the point? Just to look at other people dance? Okay, what's the point? And so here's some other business strategies for you. And you can write this down, okay? Let me know if this is helpful. Yes, it's so many opportunities. It's so many connections. I don't know. It's so different. I'm still in the room just, oh, you're washing dishes. Oh! Okay, thank you so much for being in the room. I appreciate you. Wanda in the building. Oh, I think I'm failing on my lives. Oh, don't say that. Okay, I'm gonna help you out. You're not failing on your lives. You are not. We were talking about, you know, changing your lifestyle. Lifestyle matters. Doing things that give you life and purpose and make you smile. And a part of that is using social media. Social media has really changed the world. It really has. How we connect, how we interact, how we sell, how we market, it has. So really, you can't give up. You just got to get better. That's it. And I know it's challenging. I know it's frustrating. And it's hard to hear it from somebody who like, if you look at my numbers, you're like, well, you already have the followers. But let me tell you, it's still work. It's still work. Yes, I am. I'm not connecting with people on my lives. Okay. I think okay. Let me tell you a couple of things that I'm going to help you with to connect with people on social media to build your network of people. One, you already have a sweetheart. A lot of this is you growing. People think it's really about money. Money is good. You're going to get the money. But I'm going to tell you, it's about you. I've gone closer to God. I've grown closer to my family. I've grown closer in being on social media to people. So it is a good tool if you're using it correctly. On top of that, I'm not making sales. Okay. So I'm going to help you with that. Okay. With the best way that I can. How we're going to better use social media, connecting on social media, real connections. This is not we're just on social media connection, real connections. Like I said the other day, I feel like I know Bola. She's on TikTok, Facebook. I feel like when we see each other, we're hugging. We're like hugging it out. Like, I love you already from social media. And it's so many people like that. Same thing with Janie. She prays for me. She sends me prayers. She's had some surgeries. We've been praying together. I met her on social media. I feel the same way. Like, oh my gosh, we got to meet in person. So it's real connections. And once you stop looking at it as a dollar sign, then the people are going to come. People who want to see you successful, people who want your offer, people who want to share, people who want to give you hearts, people who want to support, the people will come. Now, here's what you have to do. It doesn't work by itself. I don't want to give people the wrong impression that it works by itself. Write this down. I call it the 3 R's. Connecting on social media, you got to reach out to people that appear to be your ideal people. If you are not reaching out to people, you are solely depending on a video. You are solely depending on a live. You are solely depending on an ad. You are solely dependent. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You as a person have to reach out to people to let them know you are human, that you care. People are going through some major things. You got to show some love to their pages, their stories, their reels, commenting, liking, loving, complimenting. You have to do it. Reach is the first one. You got to reach. You want people to just reach you. You have to reach. That's what I've learned from this thing. I can tell you from experience, my reels, I would just post a reel one and it gets like 10,000 views. And I'm just thinking, that wasn't even that good, right? And I wasn't reaching out to 10,000 people. I was just thinking, this reached 10,000 people. I was just like, this reached 1 million people. Wasn't even that good. Then I started saying, it's not like 1 million people, which is happening. It's not like 1 million people are purchasing, right, my 3-day ride business course at one time. So how am I to connect with these people? Because I see that they're seeing the content. I can see the comments. I can see the likes. I can see the hearts. I need to reach out to them. I need to do it. So since I can see them, I will go through and love on their pages and reach out and say, thank you for loving on my content. Thank you for loving on my reel. Thank you for loving. I take the time to reach out. Obviously, I can't reach out to 150,000, right? But every day I make it a point. This is your lesson, Bola. I make it a point to reach back out to people that I want to connect with, that are loving on my content. They don't know that I see them until I take an actual effort to go to their page and say, thank you for loving on my content. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the smiley face. Thank you for whatever, right? Now, what happens, that becomes human. I become a real person to them. I don't become this great business coach and speaker who's on social media, who have all these followings. I don't become that person. I become Jerusha. I become the girlfriend. I become the sister. I become that person. I'm no longer this person over here. I'm somebody that's now relatable, somebody that's loving, somebody that's understanding. I'm somebody's sister. I'm somebody's mother. I'm somebody's wife. I'm somebody, right? And so people don't know that by just looking on social media. But when you connect with them and you say, like Janie, like, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for praying for me. You know, and she had a situation and I prayed for her. I'm like, man, that's a true connection. You can't fake that, right? So it's easy for us to do something together, right? It's easy for me to celebrate her. It's easy for me to do it. So I just want to tell you, that's probably the number one thing that's really missing. We need to humanize social media. And so many people you feel they're out of touch. They're not out of touch. Girl, if you slap them, they're going to slap you back. If you cut them, they're going to bleed. They're human. Okay? So that's the first thing. You got to reach out. The work comes from you. I think a lot of times business coaches appear to have it all together because they do have a lot of followers like I have, but we still do the work. Whether I'm hiring somebody to do the work, whether it's a funnel that's doing the work is being done in the background. Okay, the work is being done. And you got to realize you got to do the work. The second thing that I can tell you is relate. Find something in common, relate to the same hometown, college, sorority, book club, cooking club, dog lovers, moms, toddler moms, whatever. Women over 35, women over 40, women in 20s, whatever. College students. You got to find something that's relatable. And so with you, Bola, if you are doing your lives, you could tell my lives, like this live right here. It should be on the For You page, but education never goes viral, right? I don't stop giving education or stop sharing what I know for sure because of the number. Because I know what I'm doing is serving one person or serving 5 people, or on Facebook, on YouTube, it's serving whatever many of people. So I'm doing it because I want to do it, right? I'm doing it for the love of other people being successful too. So I think that's the other thing is, what's the purpose of doing the lives? So when you do your lives, have fun. Don't keep looking at the numbers. It'll mess you up. Just go into your lesson, go into your, your topic, and just have fun. Act silly, dance, turn the music on. I work out. You've seen me work out. I'll go to the park. I'll ride the bike. I'm doing it. I'm doing what makes me happy. It just happens to be live. You see the difference? And whoever comes along with me on the ride comes along with me on the ride. So I just think you want to reach out to people that already have things in common. If you are a single mom, there are other single moms. If you are, whatever your thing is, hashtag mama boys. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I always connect with mama boys. A lot of my friends, it's interesting, all have boys. Like attracts like. They have boys. We have a lot in common. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, that's number 2. You wrote that down? Okay. First of all, you got to reach out. Secondly, you got to have some relatability. You need to be human. Make social media human again. And then the third thing is what I call really, it says more like recruiting, but you're not the word recruiting. It's your community, really. The goal is to take action and offer your opportunity, your service, offer collaborations, or offer just support. The goal is to get people in your circle, a community of people who are cheering for you online. And so when you relate to people, you love them, you'll buy from them. When you relate to people, you'll give them hearts and stars and help them reach their goals. You relate to those people. You're going to have that happen to you, but you're going to do it first. I say this all the time. It's the law of reciprocity. You do it first, and the other person sees that you're doing it, then they start doing it. You start loving on people, and then all of a sudden, certain people start loving on you. You're like, oh my gosh, where am I getting all this love from? Now, you cannot put a time limit on how much you love. Okay? It can be frustrating. You're like, but I'm loving on people's TikToks, and people are not loving on my TikToks. It is frustrating. I'm not even going to lie. It is frustrating when you're like, that went viral? Why? Why? Did it serve any purpose? It didn't. Did it? Was it helpful? Like, tell me, it was funny. It sure is. But the craziest things go viral. So that will get you very discouraged fast. So don't look at that. Just look at the value that you give and how much you love doing it and how much you love sharing, but don't stop. To me, if you hesitate and you stop, you're taking back a month of work that you've already done. You're only hurting yourself when you stop. There's a quote that says, even if you're moving like a turtle, you're still moving, right? You just don't want to stop moving forward. So you don't stop the lives. You have to continue to do, if this is what you're doing, you continue to do the lives. Now, there are certain things you can do before you go live. Obviously, are you doing these things? Bola, answer. Are you doing these things? First, you have to announce you're going live. Like you do a 30-second clip. I'm getting ready to go live. I'm getting ready to talk about lifestyle. I'm getting ready to tell you how my lifestyle has changed. I used to wash my car. Now I take my car to get it detailed. I used to clean my home. Now I have someone come in every 2 weeks to clean my home for me. I used to tell people I'm getting ready to talk about how my life has changed working for myself. My children has always had a private education because of my lifestyle, because I run a home-based business. I'm going to talk about this and how you can do it in 5 minutes. Go to my live. Okay, you said no, ma'am. Okay. You see how I just gave a 30-second pre-commercial, right, of what I'm getting ready to talk about in the live. Now, TikTok and social media are going to divvy that up, right, to the people. And whoever is seeing, she's going to be talking about lifestyle. She's going to be talking about how her life has changed from corporate America to working for herself. How, her experiences has changed from working in corporate America and working for herself. She's going to talk about it. I want to catch the live. Now, that's one thing you can do. You can make an announcement 10 minutes before you go live, and you're going to make that announcement on all of the social media platforms. You're going to tell people on Facebook, I'm going live on TikTok. You're going to tell people on Instagram, I'm going live on TikTok. You're going to tell people on TikTok, I'm going live on TikTok. You're going to tell everybody. So you're going to take that same piece of content and you're going to divvy it out. Put it on YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever. Lemon8, whatever. Fanbase, all of it. You don't know who's going to see it that day. You put it out there. It's for free to put it out there. The second thing you want to do before you go live. Now, these are just strategies, right? These are just strategies. These are not guarantees. They're strategies that help your lives. Once you do that, the second thing you're going to do, on TikTok, you can schedule the live. It has to be scheduled 2 hours prior to you going live. So if I was going live at 8 p.m. now, Eastern time, I would have to schedule it as an event at 6 p.m. 2 hours or more prior to me actually going live. Now, once you do that, now I would probably do it in the morning. So that way, when you put out content, the content says you will be live at 8 o'clock. So the purpose of setting up a scheduled event is so when you do put out the content, TikTok automatically puts it on that piece of content. You're going to be live at 8 p.m. You can see it at the bottom of people's posts, right? That's the second thing that you can do, right? Now, are you doing that? Yes or yes? If you're not, start doing it. See, all of this requires you to do something. People make it sound like, oh, no, you just go live. You don't just go live, baby. You're doing something prior to going live. So I'm going to be the business coach to tell you the truth. Okay. You're not just going live. You're prepping the algorithm. You're prepping the algorithm to go in your favor when you go live. It's almost like I worked in television. I'm getting you ready for the show. I'm letting you know it's coming up next, right? The preview is coming. Okay. Then the show is here. That's what's happening. You have to do the same thing. There's no difference. Now, you write this down. You're doing this. You schedule it as an event. Now, once you schedule it as an event, when you go live, you do have to have, right? If you love cooking and that's what your live is about, I don't know what your live is about, though. I would definitely have a subject and I would tell people in your 30-second clip, hey, I'm going to be talking about how you can travel to India now. In February, you can travel to India for less than $600, like whatever the topic is. And if somebody's interested in that, they're like, oh man, I want to go to India, less than $600. They're going to tune into the live. So your topic does have to be something. And I don't know what you're talking about. It just can't be, in my opinion. Oh, let me tell y'all about my boyfriend broke up with me when I was in 8th grade. Let me, hold on. While that might be a good story, and hopefully there's a lesson in that story, that's not going to attract people to the live. Unless you're like, it's going to be a lot of drama in it, it will attract people. So if you're saying something like, and I'm just going to make something up because I saw somebody put on here said, I don't know. I'm just going to make this up. You guys probably saw it and you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to make the numbers up. This young lady said, hey, I'm going to be talking about how I had 7 children by the time I was 21. Now, of course, she's like, I'm on the live right now. I'm going to tell you how I had 7 children by the time I was 21. A lot of people tuned into that live. Now, if that's not your life, why would you be talking about that? Like, that's not something that I would be talking about, right? But if that's something you want to share, that will attract people. I tend to lean on education, learning, inspiration, motivation, something that fills the soul. That's what I tend to do. But topics like that get all this attention on TikTok, right? So if your topic is nothing like that, you still have to make your topic attractive, and your people will come. I already know the people that follow me want to learn. They want to be inspired. They don't want to hear about whatever. I don't know. I already know because I'm not giving anything else. So I think it's important for you to choose wisely. What are you talking about? And stick to that thing. Just make it attractive. You can ask Chat GPT if you want to talk about your digital course. Say that. Say, can you give me some good topics and hooks for my digital course to start my live? And ask for 5 different ways to start your live. And then Chat GPT can give you 5 different ways you can start the live. And then you'll just use whatever it says, to start your lives. And each time you can ask Chat GPT, how can I start the live to grab people's attention? How can I stop the scroll? And then you want to make sure your energy is good. Obviously, you don't have to be as hyped as me, as loud as me, but it still has to be entertaining, right? And I know you're probably going to say, and I know people are saying this on TikTok for sure, you blew my mind last year when you contacted me. Oh, look at God. Look at God. Oh, you're truly amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle. So on Facebook, she said, I blew her mind when I contacted her. Yeah, I'm a networking person. Like I just don't see what social media is about if I can't be social. I don't get it. I thought that's what the word meant. I don't get it. If we're not talking to each other, what are we doing? That's the point of people wanting to work from home. That's the point of people on here dancing, singing. You want to get discovered. You want somebody to talk to you, right? You want somebody to book you. You want somebody to buy from you. The only way to do that is to network with people. I don't know. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. See, look at God. Yes, that's too sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So here's the deal. And I got to go because I have an 8:30 appointment. So on top of this, Bola, and everybody else who's saying the lives are not working, make sure your topics are something you love to talk about. People are afraid of the word no. Yes, people are afraid of the word no. Write this down. No just means next opportunity. And as soon as you change what you think about the word no, no just means next opportunity. N-O, next opportunity. It doesn't mean you're not successful. It doesn't mean you can't sell. It doesn't mean your product isn't good. It doesn't mean somebody doesn't want to purchase it. It doesn't mean any of those things. No just means next opportunity. That's what no means. On to the next one, on to the next one. And the moment you understand, oh, no just means next opportunity, it doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean give up. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean any of those things. And no is a complete sentence. And so once you realize, oh, this is next opportunity, you go network with the next person. That's why I said I'm always networking. You go network with the next person. You don't let that one person stop your dreams, that one person stop you from sharing, that one person stop you from writing that book, that one person stopped you from opening up that non-for-profit, that one person, because she said, no, girl, you're bigger than that, right? You're bigger than that, right? What if I told my son, all of us, if you have children, you're just like, so they said no and you gave up? Like you're looking at them like, so is that what we made of? So somebody said no and now you're not doing it. That's what you look like as an adult when you stop. So you need to be the example for not just your children, but other business partners, other people in your life. They're always watching. They might not even say that they're watching. They see you. They see you giving up. They see you. And people like to follow people that are moving and going somewhere. So you can't afford to stop because somebody said no. And the moment you make no your best friend, no is my best friend. I already know I'm going to get a no tonight. No, every day somebody's going to tell me no because I am going to ask. Right? So I know it's a part of the growth process. I know it's a part of growing a successful business. I've gotten so many no's. The only difference between me and other people's, I've gotten more no's than you. That's it. I've spoken to more people than you. That's it. I've networked with more people than you. Not that I'm that much better than you. No, I'm not. I just choose to talk. That's it. Now, whether you're talking through a funnel, it doesn't matter, an app, you're still talking. Make sense? Yes or yes? So you're going to try those strategies. When you're going live, you're going to try those strategies. First, you got to, whatever you do, I don't know your faith. If you're praying scripture, if you danced before, like you need to do something to get yourself hyped. You have to do something to get your spirit in the right place. Energy is transferable and energy is contagious. You got to do something that you're excited about this thing. You're excited to, even though you're scared to go live, you're excited about it though, right? Like, this is my chance. This is my chance, right? You want to do it. You got to listen to music, dance around, do cartwheels. I don't care. Whatever you need to do to get yourself in that place that your spirit, your energy is right. And then do all of the tasks that I gave you. Those are real strategies that you can do before you go live, and then go live. And a lot of times for me, I told one of my business coaches, I was like, I always say, God, it's all of you, none of me. Like when I go live, even when I'm speaking on stages or someone asks me to speak on their Zoom, I always like, God, it's all of you, none of me. And so I just want it to be, delivered in a way that it hits the right ears, right? And people are moved by something that I've said. And then they start moving in the direction that God has called them. So whatever your belief is, if it's praying, if it's reading a scripture, if it's affirmations, whatever, do that and then go live. And then this is the number one tip, have fun. I really be having fun when I work out because I know that's the only way I'm going to work out, if I turn on the live. So I really have fun doing my jumping ropes and riding the bike and running on the treadmill and going to the park, because that gets me through my workouts. So you want to have fun. And I know you're probably going to say, you see people just sitting and talking on TikTok, and you're just like, how are they having 10,000 views? How is it that they have 100,000 people in their live? And they're just sitting there talking, and you're just like, how is this possible? But you got to look at it like, exactly. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong that this person, and I'm not going to describe anybody, but you know what I'm talking about if you on here, like you're just looking like, and you're doing all this work, like you're just putting it in. You look a certain way, you're prepared, your lighting is great, all the things, and then you see this person and nothing is prepared and nothing is tailored and they swear words, like curse words, swearing. They swear in the lives. Nothing happens. No violations. I get violations all the time. Imagine that. How would I get a violation? But I can see other people swearing all the time, saying all kinds of things, soliciting prostitution, all the things. Nothing happens. But this is what you got to understand. It's not for you to depict their success or failure. It's not for you. It's not. Your goal is for you to focus on you. What I've learned is, Jerusha, that's not your fight. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. They got to get their blessing however they get it or whatever it is, right? I can't worry about it. I don't know their circumstances. I am not here to judge. We listen and we don't judge, right? So, but I've noticed that gets a lot of attention. Education, anything that's meaningful does it, right? But that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you don't put it out there. That just means you go harder. That's what that means. Anytime the enemy feels like he can get you, he comes in all types of ways, and that's a way. So he wants to discourage you from doing your lives, because we see things that go live and all the swearing, nothing happens. And then you come on the live, you're trying to do right. You're trying to follow all the guidelines, right? I understand. And then you're like, what happened? You got 2 people, but that's okay. One of the pastors said that, how did he say it? Oh, I hate when I can't remember the actual quote. But at the end of the day, he was saying, what God has for you is for you, and he gonna make the last first. That's what he was talking about. So don't worry about it. Just focus on what you need to give the people. Focus on the value you can give the people. Focus on the energy you can give the people. Just focus on that. That's what I have to do. I just have to focus on what I can do. This is what Jerusha can do. I can't worry about what the other people do and how they make their bread, right? So yes, so don't compare yourself. That's a bad place to be. Whew, it's going to just take you down. So just don't compare yourself. Bola, you got this. And everybody else who's trying to go live, not just her, everybody else who wants to go live, you need to go ahead and start doing it right now. But I know the reason why I was able to leave corporate America and build successful businesses at this point is I network all the time. I wanted to change my lifestyle. I wanted to change the lifestyle of my boys. And I work hard and I work for it. And I want them to see, mommy has a great work ethic, and I want them to have great work ethics, and I want them to build the life that they deserve as well. So I just think it's important that we decide we want to change and we keep doing it. And so we have Bookface, follow us along, but we have this type of fun all the time on TikTok. So Bookface, you can join us on TikTok. If TikTok goes away, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed already, please go right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where I am building. That is the next platform. I really want to see do well in 2025. I don't know, maybe I have a lot of subscribers, but I got to get to I forget the number they told me I need to get to. And so I know you haven't subscribed yet. So I need you to just go ahead over there to YouTube and subscribe to my channel so we can build that community over there. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this time. Hopefully I inspired you to get to work, to build your own thing. And yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Give me some hearts and give me some stars on Bookface. You can give me some stars. If this was valuable to you, please tag your business bestie. Tag somebody if this was valuable for you. I built my YouTube first. Oh, you did. Oh, you got 500. Okay. Oh, I got 500 subscribers. Or do you have 500 subscribers? I'm following. Okay, perfect. And so make sure you follow me. If you love motivation, inspiration, and business tips, this is the page for you. I'm so grateful that, God has done some amazing things and he's not done with us yet. We're in it together. We're in it to win it. And so it's not about just one person. It's about all of us collectively doing great things in our communities, in our churches, in our state. And it's so much better when we do it together. And so, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Please message me if you want some more info about my 3-day ride business course. Obviously, the course is available with all the bonuses for me to train with you for the rest of the year. And so if you get the 3-day ride, you get to train with me all year long, baby. So yes, put RIDE in the chat, RIDE, put RIDE in the chat, or go to my profile, click my business page. You can see what's available in the 3-day rides, but I don't want to miss working with you. This is my opportunity to work really closely with you. And you see how the free business tips that I share, when we work together, we can tailor it to your business. When we work together, we can actually talk on the phone. When we work together, we could actually text. I can really be in your corner so I can share with you all the things over 18 years that I've experienced being a successful entrepreneur, all the strategies, all the sales tips. Like there's no way I can tell you in this short hour, right? I have to spend time with you. And so you want to invest in yourself. That's your Christmas gift. RIDE, get the ride. Let's go to the top because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Bye, Bookface.